Yes, again, I, Anjum Bhati Nirban, welcomes you to join the class of English literature. As you all know, we have completed our 2 chapters. Today, we are going to start our lesson number 3, which is a poem. Okay, the poem name is Ode to Autumn. Ode. What is ode? Ode is a type of lyrical stanza, and autumn is a season. Okay, so the writer has written about Ode to Autumn, autumn season, and the writer of this poem is John Keats. Okay, in this poem, John Keats described this poem into 3 stanzas. Okay, he described it this into 3 parts, 3 stanzas or 3 stages. First stage is maturity of crops. Okay, in autumn season, the maturity of crops, and then the crops is about to harvest. Okay, and the last one is the last day of autumn when the winter is about to come. Okay, so 3 stanzas we'll read about in this poem. So here you can see the stanza number 1. Seasons of mist and mellow fruitfulness. The meaning of mist means dundia kohara and mellow means sweet. Sweet fruitfulness. Close bosom friend of maturing sun. Maturing means here getting old. Okay. So from the title, it is clear that the speaker is talking about autumn. Okay. The speaker is talking about autumn, and the speaker briefly described the season and immediately jump into personification. What is personification? In poem we need to find out any human characters. Okay, हमें find out करना होता है human characters by reading the poem. Okay, तो वहां पर हमें personification मिलता है. So the poet has personified the sun and autumn as a friend. Okay, he's suggesting that autumn and the sun are old friends. Okay, conspiring with him how to load and bless. Here conspiring meaning is to make secret plan. Okay, secret plan कौन कर रहे हैं? The sun and autumn, and what they are planning, that how to load and bless. Load and bless is a phrasal verb. Okay, which mean ripe. Okay, so here they both are planning that how to ripe all the fruits. Okay, so with fruits, the vines that round the thatch eaves run. Thatch eaves, it's a kind of 2 words, and it is a compound word, which means that thatch meaning is that is a kind of roof made of dry straw or reed, and then eaves are the edge of roof. छत की जो कॉर्नर होता है, छत का जो किनारा होता है, वहां पर उसकी रूफ. तो यूजुअली क्या होता है, इंग्लैंड एरिया में क्या होता है, घर पूरे लोडेड होते हैं किनसे, फ्रूट से, ट्री से लोडेड होते हैं, क्योंकि उनके घरों में ये सब चलता आता है. तो वो उनके घरों के आसपास या फिर उनके घरों की छत होती है, उन पर थैच पर क्या होता है, ट्रीज लोडेड होते हैं किससे, फ्रूट से. ओके, टू बैंड विद एप्पल्स द मोस्ट कॉटेज ट्री. Here again cottage is related to their houses, and most means एक तरीके की काई होती है ग्रीन कलर की. सो वहां पर क्या होता है, एक मॉइस्चर होता है, उससे क्या होता है, ये मोस्ट क्रिएट हो जाता है. सो द स्पीकर इज सेइंग दैट to band with apples to most cottage trees. So the band with apples. Apples are loaded and bend down on that cottages. Okay, and fill all the fruits with ripen to the core. And all the cottages are, the core means the corners are filled with the ripened fruits, fruitful. Very juicy fruits. Okay, to swell the ground and plumb the hazel shell, sorry, to swell the gourd and plumb the hazel shell. And what kind of fruits are there? Gourd, plum, hazel, it's a kind of nut. Okay, with a sweet kernel, it's a central part of a fruit or something else. Okay, nut or kernel in Hindi will say gutli. Okay, to set budding more. Budding means develop the bud. छोटी सी bird होती है जो fruit से पहले, flower उगने से पहले, उसके बारे में बताया है. And still more, and it develop more and more. Later flowers for the bees, and became a flower. The bird became a flower after blooming, and it attracts the bees. And how the bees attracted by them? Because bee collect the nectars from the flowers. Okay, until they think warm, they will never cease. Here they is used for bees, and the bees think that the warm days will never come. They get the nectar as they are getting it. Okay, for summer has overbrimmed. Overbrimmed means full. Okay, summer is full of flowers and their clammy cells. Clammy means sticky things. Okay, sticky in unpleasant way. So they are usually stick on the flowers because they think that summer will never go ahead. Okay, so here the poet has described the maturity of the crops in the autumn season. Now we will read about second stanza. Okay, the speaker in this stanza is saying about the harvest. Okay, the crop is about to harvest. So now basically, what happened? The concept of autumn in European language, is connected with the harvesting of crop. In many cultures, autumn, like the other season, has been marked by rites and festivals revolving around the season importance in food production. Okay, it is a season of food production. How? Animals gather food in autumn in preparation for the coming winter, because after autumn, what come? Winter. Okay, so it is the time to harvest the crops, and the animal is about to collect their food for arranging the winter. Okay, so we'll read more about it in this stanza. So here the speaker is asking a question: who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store? So it is an old language. Hath means have. Who have not seen? Thee means you, oft means often, thy means your. Okay, so the speaker is asking that who has not seen about the spring, oh sorry, autumn store. Autumn store means the collecting things. Okay, sometime whoever seeks abroad may find. हमें क्या करना होगा? The poet is describing here that sometime we need to find about the autumn season. We need to find about more about this. We need to go anywhere where the autumn season gave the fruit in very useful way. Okay, and we can find it in the way where the speaker belong from. The speaker belong from England. Okay, these sitting careless of granary flow. So here in the third line, the poet has described about grain. Okay, and also described the autumn as a girl. Okay, then the poet is describing the autumn as a girl. Now, what he's saying about that? That thy hair soft lifted by the winnowing wind means autumn. As a girl, he's compared it as a girl that autumn has nothing to do but hang out. She means autumn sits on the greenery, means greens, and her hair is lifted by a gentle wind. Winnowing means a gentle wind. Okay, or on a half reed furrow sound asleep. Here, the furrow meaning is it is a kind of a field on top of which crops grow. Okay, it is a kind of field on which the crops grow. So he again saying that if autumn is not on the threshing floor, okay, she might also be on the furrow of the field that has only partially been harvested. Now she is taking a nap because she has done her work, means the autumn has completed its work, and now it's going to uh, start winter. Okay, and the autumn is about to go. Okay, class, the next line: and sometime like a glenor thou dost keep steady thy leaden head across a brook. So here, gleaner means a farm worker. Okay, the meaning of gleaner means a farm worker. Thou means you. Okay, the harvesting here, the poet is talking about the harvesting time as autumn is compared to the gleaner means. अब यहाँ पर पहले तो girl से compare किया था, अब किससे कर रहा है? एक worker से compare कर रहा है, a farm worker. Okay, so he is comparing the autumn as a farm worker, that someone who picks out the last stalk of grain that were missed during the threshing process. जो कि अभी collect किया जा सकता है grain, but और जितने भी season आएंगे उन season में हम miss कर देंगे. Okay, steady the leaden head across a brook, or by a cider press with patience look. Thou watchest the last oozing hours by hours. Oozing means concentrating. Okay, but if we still have not had autumn, the poet is describing here कि अगर हमारे पास autumn नहीं होता, after searching all those other places, जैसे कि पहले autumn के बारे में poet ने क्या बताया, we need to find out. Okay, so we might try to the cider press where she totally means autumn totally mesmerized watching the fruit get squeezed into the thick savory juice. Okay, so here the poet is saying that we find the fruits in the cider press means in the autumn season only, and we need to concentrate on this season to collect all kind of food for us, for all the animals. Okay, so next in the third stanza we read about the time of winter. Okay, sorry. and it is the last day of autumn. In this stanza, the poet is describing the last day of autumn, and he's saying, where are the song of springs? A, where are they? Think not of them, thou hast thy music too. Now the poet is describing and asking a question, where are your song spring? And comparing it with the autumn season. And he's again saying that autumn has its own music, and he's asking to the spring that where are your song and where are your music? Think not of them, thou hast thy music too, while beard cloud bloom the soft dying day. Now he is saying to the person and to the all the animal that who is very sad about, who all are sad about that autumn is now, and the time it is the time, it is the last time of autumn, that poet is saying that don't worry about the going of this, okay? When the cloud will bloom, you will go your, you will get your song, means you will get your autumn again. When the year ahead, you will get your autumn season again, okay? That's why the poet it's saying that think not of them, do not think about it, and touch the stubble plains with rosy hue. Here, touch the stubble plains and rosy hue. Rosy means the rose color, hue means color, okay? So here the poet is describing about all the colors and saying to the all the living things, all the creature, that do not worry about all this thing, autumn will again come, okay? Then in wailful choir the small nets mourn. So यहाँ पे उन्होंने क्या बताया है राइटर ने कि जो सैड है, अब सैड कौन कौन है यहाँ पर, किसकी साउंड के बारे में बताया यहाँ पर, सॉन्ग के बारे में बताया जो कि उदास है, किसके लिए, क्योंकि ऑटम जा रहा है, ओके? So again I'm reading it. Then in wailful choir the small gnats mourn. The wailful meaning is sorrowful, and gnats means a small fly with two wings that bites. So the nets by the river side mourn the dying day. Means जो day जाने वाला है उसके लिए वो cry कर रहे हैं. Okay, nets means a small kind of insects. They are wailing as if the daylight has been the favorite for them. Okay, in fact they are just doing what nets do, means here they is used for the river. Okay, coming out at the evening time, the choir sound is collective buzzing of their tiny little wings. तो यहाँ पर जो insect के sound है उसका sound क्या बताया गया है, wailful sound. wailful यानी sorrowful sound, because क्या है, autumn के जाने की बात है, dying day की बात है. So here the speaker also describe about insect, that insects especially like to hang out in wet area near trees. Wet area means river area, okay, and near trees also. And here we find them the near of willow, the shallow trees down by the river. So the sound of the insects contributes to the song of autumn, as the poet has described in a very first line of the stanza, that the autumn has its own sound, its own feeling related to the insects, related to the animals. Okay. And full grown lambs loud bleat for hilly born, has crickets sing and now with treble soft. Here the poet is describe about the lamb, and okay, and the poem conclude with more animal sound. Now the poet first described the sound of insects. Now he is concluding it with the more animal sounds, but those of more conventional variety than the buzzing of nets. लेकिन यहाँ पर बहुत सारी varieties है इसके अलावा, insects के अलावा. So poet has described about a lamb. Okay, lamb are bleating near the small stream or pond that flows down a hill. The speaker calls them full grown lamb. Full grown lamb meaning is the lamb who is now old, okay? Full grown lamb, which is like saying that full grown a child. Now the poet has compared here lamb as a full grown developed child, okay, who is bleating, okay? He seems to want to highlight the in between stage between the glorious ripeness of the youth and plain old adulthood. In the next line the poet has described about cricket, okay, and the cricket are singing by rubbing their wings together, otherwise known as chirping, okay? We can say that cricket are singing, okay, we can also say that are chirping, okay. And next is the red breast. Red breast are kind of sparrows, okay. Whistles from a garden croft. The meaning of garden croft yani a small place used as a kitchen garden. So here the swallows have been taken to the sky as twilight, and the swallows means red breasts are taking to the sky at twilight, and they twitter joyfully as the sun goes down. They twitter means they are chirping very joyfully as the sun is goes down. So the environment in the last, the poet has described the environment. Okay, first he described the sadness, and then he described the environment of that nature. Okay, on the time of autumn season. So we have completed this poem over here. We understood the level of this poem, that the poet has described it into three levels. First is maturity of crops, means maturation of crops, and the second is crops to the harvest, and last one is the day, means the last day of the autumn season when winter is about to come. So I hope this poem is clear to you all. Read your own. Okay class, bye bye.